Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Belmont Park here on Monday. It is May the 30th, 2016. Gonna look at the stakes races. Before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections. It's a great card, Memorial Day card from Belmont. New York races, New York Showcase Day. Spring edition. The stakes races I'll be looking at are races 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's get on to it. Today's third race is the fourth running of the Commentator Stakes. Purse $200,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 7 New York breds traveling the one-turn mile. Very nice race here. A mile ahead of them. And my top selection here is a horse I really like. I'm just a big fan of this horse, and that's the 4-horse Royal Posse at 5-2. Irad Ortiz Jr. for Rudy Rodriguez. This 5-year-old gelding hasn't started since April the 2nd at Aqueduct, a mile and 1/8 on the mud in the Mr. Sinatra Stakes. Won by 3 3/4 lengths that day at even money. He just was clear. Very, very nice winner for this win that day for this horse stalking. Then on the inner track, mile 16th in the Haynesfield Stakes on the 21st of February. His horse finished second by a neck that day. He was a little bit wide. He had to come out the 16th hole and just got taken over by Good Luck Gus. He didn't get the lead in the stretch. But a race I want to go back to was down at Gulfstream Park, opening day of the championship meet, December the 5th on the slot, mile and 1/8 in the Claiming Crown Jewel. His horse won by 2.5 lengths, and that was just a romp, a very nice victory. The second and third place finishers out of that race also were winners of the next start out, so that race was a very, very good race, I have to say. He just kept going, was all clear. He's a decent, decent New York bred here. He has a few runs here at Belmont, 6-2, 2 wins, 3 seconds. His most recent run here at Belmont came in the fall in the Empire Classic. This horse finished second by 3/4 of a length. He got bumped at the start, was closing up a tiny bit, but just couldn't capture the winner, Empire Dreams, funny enough, in the Empire Classic, Empire Dreams ones. But I really like this horse here. I'm gonna go with this one. Got claimed to the new owners actually 1 year ago today in a claiming race for $20,000. So I'm gonna go with this one. So to recap my bets for race number 3 from Belmont Park, it's Commentator Stakes. Gonna go with the 4-horse Royal Posse. Gonna do a superfecta 4-3-6-7, 4-3-6-7. So now let's get on to race number 4 from Belmont. What is the 4th race is the third running of the Critical Eye Stakes. Purse $200,000 for Phillies mares, 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 9 horses traveling the distance of ground of 1 mile. A very nice race, traveling a mile. And my top selection here is going to go to the 5-horse, number 5, who is Quizon. Hopefully I said that right. Gonna put this horse into a superfecta. Gonna go 5-1-4-2. 5-1-4-2. Number 5, Quizon, 3-1, Manny Franco. Last time out, this horse hasn't started in about 3 months, something like that, or 2.5 months, we'll say. March the 25th at Gulfstream Park, 7 furlongs on the slop, an optional 6-2 claimer. Won by 4 1/4 lengths that day. Was on the lead basically almost all throughout, and just had a very good run. Got bumped a little bit, but it was a decent start. That was the horse's first start since May the 25th here at Belmont Park, last showcase day and the Bowery Stakes. This horse won that day by 3 1/4 lengths, coming off the pace, and just was all out. Again, that was a very good indication of a race. The second and third place finishers were winners of the next start out. Basically, the 1, 2, 3 were next start out winners. And then that was the horse's first start since the Demoiselle on November the 29th at Aqueduct of 2014, the Grade 2 Demoiselle. This horse finished 4th by 15 1/4 lengths. He just chased that day. The winner, Condo Commando, was the winner of her next start out. The second place finisher was winner of her next start out. And just a very good horse, Angela Renee, finished 3rd. So this horse is very good. Has some long breaks between races, but I really like this horse here. So gonna go with this one. So to recap my bets for race number 4 from Belmont Park, it's the third running of the Critical Eye Stakes. Gonna go to the 5-horse Quizon. Gonna do a superfecta 5-1-4-2. 5-1-4-2. So now let's get on to race number 6. The 6th race here on this Belmont Memorial Day afternoon is the 37th running of the Mike Lee Stakes. Purse $125,000 for 3-year-olds, New York breds. Field of 9 horses traveling 7 furlongs. Very nice race here. 7 furlongs. And my top selection here is going to go to The one horse, number one, who was sudden surprise at 3-1 with John Velasquez, going to put this horse into a trifecta. Going to go 195, 195 here. Number one, sudden surprise, 3-1. John Velasquez for Todd Pletcher, bred and owned by Rapoli Stable. Last time out, ran an Aqueduct 6.5 furlongs in New York Stallions stakes for 100 grand. Horse won by 1 1/4 lengths, on the lead all throughout. Just really, ran it good. Was drifting a little bit, but it was a very nice victory. It was 85 cents to the dollar that day. Then on March the 6th at Aqueduct 6 furlongs and Jimmy Wakefield, this horse finished 6 by 37 1/4 lengths. 2-1, he just did not have anything that day. He just gave away. And then the Gander Stakes, mile 70 at Aqueduct during the winter, finished second by 2.5 lengths. Was on the lead and then got taken over. Better 6 furlong, 7 furlong horse. He's run twice here at Belmont. There's one win. That one win did come in a race on September 27th last year in a against state bred horses. He won by a neck, and it was basically on the lead throughout, and almost got taken over, but got done that day. It was a little erratic in the stretch also, but at the perfect distance today. It's going to be my best bet for the card today. He's a very nice horse. So to recap my bets for race number 6 from Belmont, it's the Mike Lee Stakes. I'm going to go with the one horse. I'm going to do a trifecta, 195, 195. So now let's get on to race number 7. The 7th race from Belmont is the 38th edition of the Kingston Stakes, purse $125,000 for 3-year-olds and 3-year-olds and upwards. New York bred horses traveling, field 10 horses traveling a mile on the Widener turf course, where it will be set at 18 feet. And my top selection here, I'm going to go to the 7 horse. Very wide open race. These turf races are very wide open. This race in race 9 is a wide open one. But number 7, King Crease, is going to be my top selection here. I'm going to put this horse into a superfecta 7-6-2-1. I'm going to go 7-6-2-1. But number 7, King Crease, 3-1. Jose Ortiz. Last time out, we're going to Belmont 7 furlongs in the elusive quality stakes opening week. This horse finished 4th by 3.5 lengths on a track record time that day. Just had no rally. They were going so fast. A lot just ran a hell of a race. Then the Shadwell Turf Mile on October 3rd, 2015. This horse finished 6 by 4 1/4 lengths that day. It was just weakening that day against a lot tougher horses. And then in the West Point Stakes at Saratoga on August the 28th, this horse finished second by length. Was basically second all throughout, but couldn't catch the winner, Lubash, who's running back in this race. This horse had some decent races last season. His last win, we have to go back to the Forbidden Apple here in July of 2015. This horse won by 2 1/4 lengths, going a mile. It was a very nice win here at 6-1, and then he won the Poker last June also. Finished 3rd in this race last season. I think this horse is very good. Watch out for this one to be an upsetter here today at 3-1. So going to go with this one. So to recap my bets for race number 7 from Belmont Park's to Kingston Stakes, going to go with the 7 horse here. I'm going to do a superfecta 7-6-2-1, 7-6-2-1. So now let's get on to race number 8 from Belmont, which is the 39th running of the Bowery Stakes. One of my favorite races. Purse $125,000 for fillies, 3-year-olds, New York breds. Fielded 10 New York breds traveling the distance of ground of 7 furlongs. 7 furlongs. And my top selection here is going to go to the 5 horse. Number 5, who was Frosty Margarita. I'm going to put this horse into a superfecta 5-10-4-2, 5-10-4-2. Number 5, Frosty Margarita. 7-2 horse here, Joel Rosario for Rudy Rodriguez. Last time out in the New York Stallion Stakes at Aqueduct 6.5 furlongs on April 23rd. This horse finished 3rd by 3 3/4 lengths. He just had nothing that day. The horse's first start in about 2 months also. Start before that was on the 20th of February in the Franklin Square Stakes against a field of 4 horses. This horse finished second by a half length. Just couldn't get the win that day. He was just denied. It wasn't the this horse was, since it was a tight field, they were all pretty tighted up that day. So he really couldn't get that extra kick, couldn't catch the winner. And then this horse won 3 in a row, ending with the January 31st start in the Mattie May Stakes for mile 70. This horse won by nose, won New York Stallion Stakes on the 20th of December. And won the Key Cent Stakes. Another very good race. A lot of horses are coming out of really good, the Key Cent Stakes. So I'm going to go with this one. 3-0 at Belmont, but has 3 second-place finishes. I think this horse could really get a good trip here today, 7-2. I'm going to go with this one. So to recap my bets for race number 8, it's the Bowery Stakes from Belmont Park here on this Memorial Day Monday. Going to go with the 5 horse. Going to do a superfecta 5-10-4-2, 5-10-4-2. So now, let's get on to race number 9 from Belmont. Ninth race from Belmont Park is the 38th running of the Mount Vernon Stakes. Purse $125,000 for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds, and upwards. We have a field of 15 New York breds. 13, 14, and 15 our main track are also eligibles, traveling a mile here on the turf course, Widener turf course here in the Mount Vernon. We might get some rain, so just remember that. There is a chance of rain last I saw last night. I didn't check the weather report today, but last night they did say they're going to get some rain. So, just keep that in the back of your mind here. And this is a very wide open race. I found my way to the 7-horse, the Teacups at H1 with Luis Saez. I'm going to do a superfecta, an exacta key this race. Going to go 7 with the 2, 4, 5, 9, 10, 12. 7 with the 2, 4, 5, 9, 10, 12. For a dollar exact key, it's going to cost you $6. But number 7, the Teacups, 8-1, Luis Saez for Jeremiah Englehart. Last time out, hasn't started since October 24th here at Belmont Park. Mile 16th in Ticonderoga Stakes for 200 grand. This horse finished 8th by 3.5 lengths that day. It was an all-out finish that day, if you remember that day. But just was a little bit wide. Had just with that all-out finish. None of these horses, he really couldn't get that late kick, to win. And then Belmont Park, Mile Nathan, in a 125,000 stakes race on the 20th of September. The horse finished second by 3.5 lengths that day. He just had a tiny kick of taking up the lake ground that day, but was wide again. He couldn't catch the winner, Old Harbor, who's running back in this race. And then the Yadio at Saratoga, Mile 16th on August 28th. The horse won by a length, closing off the lead, and really just ran really well. He'll need a fast-paced, I think, for this horse to really get a good run. Stranger things have happened. 4-1 here on the turf course at Belmont. 1 win, 1 second, 1 third. That win came going a mile here back in June the 19th at an optional 40 claimer. This horse won by 1 3/4 lengths. At 12-1, just gave a whole hell of a race. So going to go with this one, 8-1 bomb here. So to recap my bets for race number 9 for Belmont Park here on this Memorial Day Monday, it's the Mount Vernon Stakes. 38th edition of this race. I'm going to go to the 7-horse, and I'm also going to do an exact key here. I'm going to go 7 with the 2, 4, 5, 9, 10, 12. For a dollar, it's going to cost you $6. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.